The 365 Pro Wrestling Podcast. 365 Nation, thank you for joining me once again. I am Eddie Osbourne, and this is your 365 Pro Wrestling Podcast. Do you follow 365 Pro Wrestling on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram? We hope you do, because you would have seen all the match graphics for this upcoming event on January 10th in Campbell River. In the opening contest, we will see Tony Baroni versus Campbell River's own Masked Marvel, Havico. Billy Swade goes one-on-one with Beat Boy Elliot Tyler. BJ Laredo takes on the Monster of Mayhem, Cremator Von Slasher, and Zach Andrews in a three-way elimination match. Old greedy bastard Jordie Taylor goes one-on-one with Brett the Body Matthews. Nolan James takes on EO Mike Bescher in a 10,000 thumbtack match. And in the main event, we will see Rhea Von Slasher going one-on-one with Nicole Matthews. So make sure to follow us, like I said, on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all these updates and more. And a huge thank you has to go to Fitness Etc. They're located 190 on Dogwood Street here in Campbell River. They're also in Parksville. They're in Courtenay as well. And they've been providing sponsorship for pro wrestling on the North Island for 4 years now. So thank you to them. Thank you for helping make this possible. Check them out for all your MMA and fitness needs. Alright guys, so I'm chatting with Joey Allen today, and I asked him just 4 questions. I told him he wasn't supposed to be on this week, he was supposed to be on next week, but Judas Icarus could be on today, so I got in touch with Al. It was 4 in the morning, and I said, hey man, I need you to answer a couple questions for me, and then you can go to bed, because he gets off work about 3 a.m., and then he goes and lifts till 4, so here he is. He's a little bit tired, but I'm happy he did it, and I hope you guys enjoy. Joey Allen joins me right now, and I'm pretty happy for this. I was in a pinch, so he's helping me out, like I said. My first question, Joey, is do you have any New Year's resolutions?
So my New Year resolution for the 220 is pretty much the same goals that I always have, and they're to try and have the best wrestling match out there yet that I've had in my career, and then of course to try and get bigger, as big as possible. So it's going to require a lot of food, and one specific workout that I've been trying to focus on more this year is going to be squats. That's the one I'm trying to really get a grip on, and really try and be the best that I can be at. I'm going to try and grow my legs out a little more. That's something that I've been struggling for years now, and I feel like this is going to be the year that I finally succeed at it, and try and get my legs as big as possible. As crazy as that is for a goal, that kind of is the only real resolution that I have for this upcoming year. But I think it's going to be a fun year, both at 365 and at the gym.
Bigger legs, bigger Joey Allen, bigger, better everything. I like it. Now, you've been to the gym for the last probably 15 years of your life, maybe even more, but what is your advice to new people who are going to the gym this week, who are doing their New Year's resolutions just to get in that gym? Do you have any advice for those guys?
So my if I had to give any advice to anyone starting out fresh in 2020 as a New Year resolution at the gym, I would say just take small steps, set little goals that you can achieve. Don't try and climb a mountain right away. Take little baby steps and slowly work towards your goals. Just keep crushing your little tiny goals, and eventually, you'll have a pretty good grip and be able to crush any goal you can imagine at the gym. That's kind of my only advice for anyone starting off new. If you take off a huge bite, you might, not, no puns intended, but you might not be able to succeed too well. You might get frustrated and you might give up on it. And if you take little small goals, you're still crushing goals and you're achieving things, and you're building towards a big goal eventually.
That's some really good advice right there, and I think that pertains to any of your goals you set. If you just set, you have your main goal, what you want to achieve, I think, and then if you have some smaller goals and some milestones that you can achieve before that big goal, then you're not just destroyed because you're not hitting that big goal right away. So great advice, Joey. I love it. But now, tell me something about you. Tell me something that you enjoy to do outside of lifting and outside of pro wrestling.
So one thing that I really enjoy doing outside of wrestling and going to the gym is just anything comedy related, any classic comedy movies, any really good stand-up comedian sets. I enjoy that a lot. I enjoy laughing a lot, and that's kind of what I do in my spare time a lot. And if you have any good recommendations on any stand-ups that I might not have seen, you can always send me a link in my inbox, and I will gladly appreciate that.
In 365 Pro Wrestling, Joey Allen is 0-0-0, just like every other wrestler on the roster. You have no already like you're the man, nothing like that. In PWA, you're PWA champ basically for 3-4 years. You were called champ by half the roster all the time because they figured you always had the belt. Even Reggie called you that. So from going to being the man in PWA to starting all over, and you got all these hungry people who now have an opportunity who might not have had that before. What are your goals for 365 Pro Wrestling?
Yeah, so my goals for 365 are exactly the same as the ones that I had for PWA when I started there. It's to get on as many main events as possible, to get on as many posters as possible, and to try and to represent the company as much and as well as, we did PWA back in the day. I'm a big believer of staying consistent and not talking about what you did in the past, trying to do your best at all times. So yeah, I'm looking forward to 365, and I can't wait to see what kind of belt they have to offer, and I'm looking at taking all of them and becoming multiple time 365 champion as well as I was in PWA.
There you have it, guys. That's my interview, my 4 questions with Joey Allen. Like I said, it was 4 in the morning. It was really early. He was helping me out, and I really appreciate it. The guy is a champ through and through. I thought it was also a very good interview. It was nice to hear about his goals in 365 Pro Wrestling, and the fact that he had some really good advice for people starting out in this new year. So we hope you take some of his advice and set those small goals and set yourself up for success, because we know you can all do it. On the flip side, I'd also like to say it was cool to hear about the comedy stuff, because Joey Allen is one of the funniest human beings I've ever met in my life on the internet. In person, he's very quiet, he's very almost shy-ish, but on the internet, this guy is the funniest guy I've ever met in my life. So awesome to hear that he loves watching comedy, and hopefully you guys got some great suggestions for him.
Jordie Taylor. OGB. That whole rhyming thing you do, that's adorable, little guy. But that ain't gonna help you in the ring. Come January 10th, no sir it ain't. Now Jordie, you were right, brother. I am the mountain of potential. And you were right. 2019 wasn't my year, but 2020 is gonna hit different. And I'm gonna do it at your expense at 365 Pro Wrestling. I can't wait to get a hold of you, bud.
Yesterday we gave you Jordie Taylor's promo on their upcoming match. Today we give you Brett's promo on that match. They're going to fight January 10th, Willow Point Hall in Campbell River. I'm excited for this one, and I hope you are too. 365 Nation, that is everything for today. I hope you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I hope you follow us on Spotify, soon on iTunes, or wherever you get your podcast needs. Remember, check out 365 Pro Wrestling, because we are all day, every day.